Getting ripped is easy after quitting these 5 things. Over the last 10 years, I've seen countless people fail to get lean because they fall into the trap of telling themselves, I'll just eat in moderation. But you see, for most people, that approach never works. And the moment they stepped away from these 5 things, they started building real muscle. They turbocharged their fat loss. And most importantly, they finally felt in control again. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what I quit, how I did it, and whether you need to quit all these things too. And if you do, what kind of results you can expect. So this is me. And this is me. As you can see, I was a fucking idiot. Because that's exactly what alcohol does to you. Now look, from a calorie perspective alone, alcohol is a landmine. Because sometimes you drink 4 pints of beer and that's about 900 calories. And the day before, I'd be busting my ass off in the gym to burn just 300. I'd resist a 200 calorie donut that everyone was eating. And I'd do 10,000 steps like a jackass to burn another 400 calories. Just to cancel out the fucking beers. It's not fair, man. This is not fair. And that's only the beginning, because when you're drinking, you're not thinking, mister. Because if you put a wig on a goat after 5 drinks, man, keep that sweet ass away from me. And that's the real reason why alcohol kept me stuck. Because while you're knocking back drinks, you're also inhaling pizza, chips, nuts, soft drinks. And suddenly you've racked up 3,500 calories in a single night. That's literally a pound of fat gained in one sitting. And it doesn't stop there. You're asleep. Garbage. It wrecks all the progress you made lifting weights because you're not even recovering. And the next day, when you try to train, good luck. Every time I showed up to jiu-jitsu after drinking, I'd get my ass absolutely handed to me. And you wake up hungover, maybe regretting some text you sent that now needs some emotional damage control. And your appetite and cravings the next day, whoo! It's been years since I quit drinking, and honestly, it flipped a switch for me. And there are millions of people who are saying the same. Initially, it is fucking boring when you go to a party and the only one there, apple juice. But it also means you're onto something if you're not the only one drinking. And after stopping for just a bit, it gets easier. And you learn to have fun without it. And you'll see drastic changes, especially if you've been drinking regularly. Depending on how much you drink, you could lose 2 to 4 pounds of fat in a month just by cutting back. You don't have to go cold turkey. Maybe just save it for a special occasion, like when you buy new underwear. That way, you feel like you have options, and eventually, you might even find the control you were looking for. And if you are finding what I'm saying is helpful, I guarantee you, I can help you lose 4.2 kilos of fat in the next month. All you need to do is let me email you the process. Now this next one, I was always the guy vouching for moderation. Everything in moderation, right? But I finally quit sugar cold turkey for a month. And it changed my fucking life forever. All my life, I had a sweet tooth. All my teeth are sweet teeth. It ruled over me. I was its bitch. I literally couldn't sleep without a wank and a dessert. And yeah, I tried your moderation, but I can't fucking do it, man. It's like telling a drug addict, okay, just do drugs 3 times a week. That's not how an addiction works. The reality is we are addicted. Most people lie to themselves, I could quit if I wanted to. I just don't want to. If someone hooked on heroin said that, you'd laugh at them. Now look, I'm all about enjoying life, eating nice things, and not being miserable. But if it's controlling you to the point you hate how you look in the mirror, it might be time to take a break. Think of it like a breakup. You're never going to get over an unhealthy relationship if you're still texting her every night. You need space, and that space, it's life-changing. And it's not just me. Ask anyone who's actually done it. They'll tell you the same thing. For the first time ever, I have control. Control I never had in my life. And that's priceless. That was a dream for me. Now, I still have my Saturdays where I eat the good stuff, but I'm saving myself from thousands of extra calories every month. Think about it. If you're eating a 300 calorie brownie every day, quitting that one habit gives you an extra calorie deficit of 9,000 in a month. That's 2.5 pounds of fat gone. And let me be real with you. The only reason I survived that first month was fruit. And before you go, fruit is sugar, there's a big difference between sugar in fruit and sugar in chocolate. Sure, they both have sugar, but fruit has fiber, vitamins, water, and real nutrition. And it's a lot harder to overeat apples than brownies. So when you're taking your dessert break, use a fruit to fill the gap. It's like having a fling when you're trying to get over your ex. And here's what could happen when you try to quit desserts for a month. Either you get so miserable and you cave in, but at least you tried and you didn't lose a piece of your flesh. Or you give yourself some space, you stick to it, and you drop fat, and you finally have the power to eat chocolate when you choose to and stop when you had enough. And that, my friend, that is real freedom. And after you do that, you can copy paste that to wanking so you get free from that as well. Now this next one, it's almost impossible to get lean if you're still doing this. A few months ago, I got really fat after my shoulder surgery because I was miserable. I couldn't use my arm to do the things I loved. And then I got back in shape pretty quick, but I still wasn't happy because I felt small. So I decided to bulk. And when you're bulking, you tend to be a bit relaxed with your diet a bit. And what started as a lean bulk turned into a how fat you can get contest. Because I opened the gates of eating out. And take a look at this man. Every single day for the past 2 months, sometimes twice or thrice a day, I was eating out. The fuck, Calvin? I even became good friends with the food delivery guys. We're having lunch this weekend. Now, I didn't get too fat because I was still doing a couple of things right. But make no mistake, this was holding me back massively. And my jiu-jitsu coach once gave me the simplest dieting advice I've ever heard, just in one sentence. If you don't want to be fat, eat in your home. The problem with ordering in is that it's fucking addictive, man. After a long, tiring, exhausting day, ding dong. Delicious, greasy, comforting food delivered right to your doorstep. And let's be honest, if you think you're going to manage your calories by reading the menu, you're kidding yourself, man. It's just 500 calories. No, it's not, my friend. If that guy in the kitchen squeezes that sauce bottle a little bit harder, kablam! 300 extra calories you didn't even plan for. So here's what I ask you to do instead. Be more generous with your grocery budget. Buy the nicest cuts of meat. Make easy, delicious meals you look forward to, like a nice sandwich. Get fresh fruit, fancy Greek yogurts. Spend money on food that motivates you to actually eat it at home. And if you got zero cooking skills, here's 3 options. Either you be very careful who you order from, or you start learning how to cook. You don't have to be Gordon Ramsay. Or 3, get married. And if she doesn't like to cook, then get remarried. Oh, and when it comes to snacking, here's our rule. We don't keep any snacks at home. No chips, no cookies, no falafels. If you want it that badly, in the moment, you have to get up, leave, and go buy it yourself. And if you don't want to do that, it means you really didn't want it. Keeping snacks in the house is just like relationships. Imagine you didn't want to cheat on your partner. Would you keep a sexy woman in your kitchen cabinet waiting for the right moment? No. You'd say you're going on a business trip to China and do it like a normal person. So don't keep any bullshit in the house. Anyway, I'm going to be honest with you. You're never going to get successful quitting the first 3 things unless you nail this one. Because this is the root of why we got fat in the first place. Now, 5 years ago, I had a lot of friends. Honestly, too many. And now, I have 3. And one of them is my mommy. Because here's the truth. Most of my friends just want to eat and drink. That was their idea of having fun. But I was on a different path. And every time they called me to go out, I hated it, but I had to say no. I tried to make other types of plans, but it never worked. Eventually, they stopped inviting me. And you know what? That's fine. That's life. Sometimes you're going to be chasing something and no one's going to get it. But you don't need anyone to. Fuck everyone. If I'd said yes to them, if I'd gone out every weekend, I'd be pissing away all my hard work I put in during the week. And a lot of the time, people are going to offer you things. Snacks, birthday cakes, invitation to drinks. And if you don't really want to, you have to learn, take a step back and say no. Saying no is one of the most powerful fat loss skills you'll ever build. And it goes way beyond food. Say you carved out time out of your day to meal prep, and then someone comes running along and asks you to run an errand or do a favor for them. You have to say no again. Because if you spend your whole day playing Jesus for everyone, by the time you get home, you will be starving, you will be exhausted, and you're 1 click away from KFC. You're not a bad person for saying no, but you have to be smart and selfish if you actually want to get lean. So the next time you're in a situation, just remember, only say yes if you really, truly want to. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to go to bed and then deal with yourself mentally. And for the last one, I think this is something we're all guilty of. And it's honestly probably the one you need to hear the most. I have a client I'm coaching right now. He's lost about 20 kilos in the past year, completely transformed and changed his body. But in the last 2 months, life punched him in the ball sack. Changing jobs, dealing with anxiety, going through a rough breakup. So he hit a plateau, he's put on a bit of weight, and he hates himself for it and wants to stop training altogether. And you know what? That's not fucking fair. Because if you look at where he was a year ago and where he is now, he's unrecognizable. Yes, he's gained some weight recently, but he's also gotten better at hitting his protein goals. He started to enjoy walking, and he feels comfortable in the gym now when he used to be terrified to even step inside. You see, progress isn't just measured by the scale or how shredded you look in the mirror. It's the little things, like adding 5 kilos to your bench press, learning how to read a nutrition label, showing up to train when you don't feel like it, drinking more water without even trying. So for this last one, I want you to quit being such a dick to yourself and start celebrating the small things. Getting ripped is a skill and it takes time to master it. As long as you're on that road, moving forward or just staying parked for a bit, as long as you're on the road, you're good, my friend. So try to stay away from the alcohol and the sugar for a while if getting in shape really is important to you. Don't fall into the trap of eating out. Buy good, delicious groceries so you can enjoy food without wrecking your entire progress. And learn to say no and quit being a fucking cock to yourself, will you? And if you're keen on losing those 4.2 kilos of fat, I'm confident I can help you, man. So don't miss out. Now, the truth is 90% of people try to just power through this on willpower alone. And that's exactly why they fail. So watch this next if you want a science-packed routine that makes staying consistent feel effortless.